What is going on, my amazing Disney family? Today's video, we're going to be looking at what is in my Amazon cart for our trip in October for our Disney Fantasy Halloween cruise. I cannot wait for this, and I cannot wait to show you all the things that I'm adding to my cart and purchasing to make my trip even better. So without further ado, let's get right into it. All right, so as you can see on your screen already, this is a screenshot of what is actually in my Amazon cart. Now, you're probably gonna see the price and you're gonna be like, oh my God, this is crazy. What are you getting? But just hang in with me there. I'm going to explain all of it and why I think it's important to have it. And of course, you can pick and choose which one is going to best suit you. I also do want to point out that any of these items I'm going to link in the description below, so you don't have to go searching for them. And it does help our channel out if you go through the link and purchase them. It'll give us a little kickback. So with all that covered, let's look at the first item, which is going to be water shoes. Now, if you saw our last video, you would see that we are going to actually be doing a lot of excursions that are going to be hiking, walking / being in water. So I thought it was very important to get some kind of shoes that would support that, because I don't really want to be wearing Crocs because they kind of don't support my, feet and ankle the best way. And I just want something that's going to be like a shoe but can get wet. So I thought we needed to get shoes that were going to accommodate for all those amazing excursions that we're going to be doing. I ended up looking to see these water shoes, which are amazing in the reviews and what I've looked up. And I really do think it's going to be a best fit for what we're doing with all the ATVs that we're going to be doing, with all the zip lining / waterfalls / river ride that we're going to be doing in Jamaica. So I thought this was something that we really needed to invest into. The next one is going to be a Hero neck wallet. I think that this is going to be a game changer, because if you saw the last series, I had a hard time remembering to bring everything. And behind the scenes, which you didn't see, I was losing everything. I was losing my passport, my lanyard, all the important things that I needed. I really didn't have a good place to put it at. I would just throw it in my backpack and just be like, all right, let's go. And when I'm pulling all the equipment out to vlog or just grabbing stuff that I need for whatever we're doing, it would just get all mixed up and it would just potentially fall out. It wasn't a good scenario. So I really needed to invest into something like this that was not only going to organize everything, but keep it safe and protected. And this is like the best of both worlds. As you can see here, it has a lot of good functionality for cruising. It has everything: your IDs, passport, credit cards, cash, smartphones, tickets. What's also really cool about this is that it's waterproof and it has an RFID blocking technology, which I think all of us really want to have, because you want to make sure that you're protected. We're in a new era in technology where people can just take information on a whim. So I really do like this thought of having this, because it's going to make everything so easy. The next thing is that we are getting beach towels. Now, these aren't just any normal beach towels, okay? These are beach towels that are travel friendly and also dry a lot faster than normal towels. I think that is a huge thing that we need to have when we're traveling, because we're going to be utilizing a towel a lot. Now, when we're on the actual ship, we can obviously use the towels that are provided to us, but when we're going out on excursions and all this other stuff, I want a towel that's going to be easily accessible and also is going to dry fairly quickly, because I don't know about y'all, but I don't want to be carrying heavy towels when I'm going on an excursion. Like, my bag is already heavy enough. I don't need that. And what's also cool about this specific towel, as you can see, is that it's sand free. I cannot stand having sand on my towels. I just wanted to be able to get a towel that is going to check all those boxes and make sure that it's waterproof, sandproof, and is going to dry as quickly as it possibly can. As you see, they have different styles that you can pick from. So if you wanted to pick a style for yourself, by all means, but I think this is another really important thing to have when you are cruising in general. So the next thing that we're going to have here is the BPA free collapsible water sports bottle. Now, we really wanted to invest in something like this because we are going to be going into countries where you don't want to be consuming the water, right? Like, we're going to be going to Mexico, and you hear about when you're traveling, do not drink the water because they treat it a lot differently than what you are used to wherever you're from. So your safe bet is just bring your own water. So we wanted to get something that was going to allow us to have water with us, because we're going to be thirsty, it's going to be hot, we're going to be doing a lot of activities that require us to use our muscles and stuff. So we got to make sure that we're staying hydrated, and the best way to do that is to have water. I wanted to get a water bottle that was not only going to hold enough water for us throughout the entire time that we're going to be off the ship, I also wanted it to be compact. I wanted it to be something that didn't take up too much space in our luggage and was easy to store away. So I looked at different styles of collapsible, leak-proof water bottles, and this to me is the best option for everything. It has a really nice design to it. It can hold a good amount of water, which is important, and it just has everything that we would want in a bottle. They do have different colors here as well, so you can pick and choose which one you would like, but ultimately, just to be safe, get yourself a water bottle and bring it with you. Now, I know this is probably silly, but I am investing in getting a portable scale. If you've watched any of our series, you know that we have such an issue with going above the weight tolerance for a normal bag. We always have to pay extra for that. I want to be able to have something with us that we can make sure that we are checking if the bag is over, and if it is over, if we can put and kind of finagle and move it around in a way that won't have it, you know, be over the weight limit. I'm always going to try to make sure to bring this so that we can avoid all that. The next thing is that I'm going to be getting C-band to help with the nausea. I personally did not have any type of seasickness when I went on Disney Dream. I was perfectly fine. You know, the first hours when we took off, I kind of was like feeling it out. You know, my body was like, ooh, okay, like the ship's moving. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this is something new. And I was a little bit anxious, and I think I made myself feel a little bit sick, but honestly, I had no issues throughout the entire cruise. And there was one night where the ship was rocking back and forth, and you've probably seen it if you watched our videos, but Amanda was having even a hard time just walking down the hallway in the ship, and we were perfectly fine. But I do want to make sure that we're covering ourselves, because we're going to be on a ship for 7 days. This is a little bit longer than what we went on in our cruise with the 3-day Bahamian trip on Disney Dream. I want to make sure that we're covered on all bases, because you just never know. You just never know, and it's rather be safe than sorry. Next thing is sunscreen. That's an obvious thing that we want to be making sure we pack, because that sun is brutal in a lot of tropical areas, which is where we're going to be going. I wanted to make sure that it was eco-friendly with the water and the reefs, and making sure that I'm not doing any more damage than has already been done. So this is why I've gone with the sunbeam, because the research that I've done has shown that this is the best option in that regard. But this is what we're going to get to make sure that we are ultimately covering ourselves and making sure we're not getting burnt. So the next thing that I have in my car is a floating waterproof bag. Now, the idea behind this for me is that I am a content creator, as you know. Like, I'm taking my camera, and there's a lot of things that I don't want to get wet. So I wanted to invest in something like this, because we're going to be going on rapid rides. We're going to be going on, you know, the falls, and I can't just like leave my bag, you know, behind that has all my equipment in it. And I need the camera and all that with me. So I wanted to invest in something like this, because I want to make sure that I can put my camera in there, you know, and if the bag gets wet because, you know, there's a splash or we accidentally fall into the water, we're good to go. You don't need to be a content creator to get something like this. Like, there's a lot more other things, that normal things that people have when they're bringing stuff with them. And I think this would be a great investment for yourself as well. Next thing is a night light motion sensor that is battery operated. When we went on our cruise, that was the only thing that I was kind of like needing when we were, you know, at night and trying to navigate when you're trying to get up to use the bathroom. There wasn't a light that was on for us, and this is just something that would just kind of alleviate us tripping over things, because the last thing that you need is a concussion on your cruise. So I think this is something that would be great to have, just to make sure sure that we're covering ourselves on that basis. The next thing is a handy laundry mesh hamper. I wanted to get this because I think the biggest thing, especially when we're going on this specific cruise, is that I want to separate our dirty clothes from our clean clothes, obviously. And I don't like my stateroom to be a mess and all that. And I want to make it as easy as I can for the cast members who are taking care of our room, because they do an amazing job. And I'm sure it's a lot that they have to do throughout every single room. And they've had to make all the beds and make all the different animals, and just they're amazing. I cannot tell you enough how amazing they are, and I want to help out. If I can make my room as least complicated on that end of cleaning and making sure it's all good, I just want to do that. I think just having that is just going to make it easier for us to be able to just separate our dirty clothes from our clean clothes. The next thing is the PooPourri. I know, weird, whatever, but let's be real. We all smell when we're going to the bathroom, and it is what it is, and it's just how life operates. And if you don't think you smell, you're lying to yourself. The next thing is the Bonine non-drowsy motion sickness. Again, falling in that same category. We just want to make sure that we're good if we're, feeling a little bit queasy, or we're feeling the motions and we want to just kind of get a break from that. I think this is going to be important to have, because little things like this could be the difference of you having a horrible time on the cruise or having the most magical time that you possibly can. That is the last of what is in my Amazon cart, but I did want to throw out some honorable mentions just in case if it may fit you, because I think that it would be stuff that could be a really big game changer for some of you. But for me, I didn't really see the value just yet. I may invest in it later on, but we got pretty much a good amount already here, what we feel like we have. So the first thing that I would say is having some way of tracking your luggage. I think that's the one thing that seems to be a common issue with some people sometimes, is that they lose the luggage. And with the ship or going on a cruise, it's very hard to track those things down, especially when you're going on a cruise, because they're going to leave whether or not your bags get there or not. The next thing is a sunrise alarm clock. Now, this is for the type of cruisers that are going to have an indoor stateroom. You're not going to have a window to the outside world. So it's going to be a little bit trippy when it's morning time, because your body's going to be like, wait, it's pitch black out, let's go back to sleep. When in actuality, it's a bright, beautiful, sunny day, and you want to get your day started. So I think that is something that would be really cool to have. Another thing is binoculars. Now, I personally am still on the fence. I may add that in at last minute. I think it's really important, especially if you're going on like an Alaskan cruise or a cruise that is, really rich with a lot of aquatic animals and activities, and anything in general. I think that would be something that would be awesome for you to have, that the whole family or just yourself can go ahead and have a closer look at the aquatic life, or even the natural surroundings that are around you as well. So that's pretty much it. Again, like I said, linked in the description is all of the different items that I have in my cart. It really will help us out if you are looking to want to purchase those. If you would click the link, because it gives us a little kickback. I do want to say as well, please comment below if you have any other recommendations of things that we should buy to help make our cruising a lot easier, or whatever you think. Like, we are open to anything. Whatever you recommend, I am definitely going to be interested in. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, hit the like button, as it will help it push this video out to so many other amazing individuals like yourself who may just need some help trying to make their Disney cruise as magical as it possibly can be. And with that, I will see you in the next video.